SoFi, guys, it is time to do another video on SoFi stock, break down the charts, and talk a little bit about their upcoming earnings, what they're projected to do, and we'll break down some financials. So if y'all find value, of course, you know what to do. Hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and don't forget to get up to 15 free stocks from Moomoo. Link down below. We'll talk more about that later, and now let's dive into the video. So check it out. Overall, guys, what we have on SoFi, and this is what? The 184-hour chart. What we have, and we've talked about this before, but again, we're doing an update. What we have is an inverse head and shoulders, right? You guys see that right here. We have the left shoulder on SoFi, which ranged between, where was this? From the middle of August to about, let's say, the middle of November. That's where the right shoulder, or rather the left shoulder, played out. The head was trading right here. You guys see it where we bottomed at about 425, and that's where we consolidated for a couple of weeks there. And now we're seeing the right shoulder play out as we are holding the neckline right at around, where is that, $5-ish roughly. You guys see it right here. That's where the left shoulder held. Now it looks like that's where the right shoulder is holding as well here on the inverse head and shoulders. And this has been chopping around $5, $5.25, and heading towards $6 ever since the beginning of more towards the middle of March. So about 3 weeks now, SoFi's been trending towards $6, and we're pretty close to a full-on breakout here, in my opinion. But the bears came to play last week. Let's break that down a little bit here, guys. And of course, when you're watching this video, the markets are open. When I'm actually filming this, it's the night before. So keep that in mind. Let me mention that so you guys keep that in mind. Take a look at this, guys. On the 5-day, 5-minute, and let me actually clear the drawing set here, we can see clear lower lows and lower highs being made. Clear as day on SoFi. So number one, we have to start reversing out of this 5-day, 5-minute downtrend, which at this point, we're not showing any signs of that happening. So I'm going to set one alert at $6. And let me show you guys what I'm seeing here on the 20-day chart. Let me pull this up. Markets that were above $6. And if I pull up the 20-day chart, you guys are going to see, maybe on the 4-hour chart, if I zoom in a little bit, you can see we're still trading overall under this trend line that I just drew out. You guys can see we're still clearly trading under it. And as of last week, take a look at this. We put in another lower high. You guys can see it right here. So at this point, guys, the bulls need to break out of $6, and really they have to break above $6.25 to $6.30, which if I zoom in, let me show you this, and mind you, look at all these lower highs that we've made. If I zoom in here on the 20-day chart, we're going to see $6.20 to $6.25, $6.30-ish. That was the high from the end of March and the early days of April. So we have to break $6. We have to take out the highs from the end of March, early April, being about 8:30, or rather 6:30. And if that does break, that's where we could start to make a legitimate reversal on SoFi, and it could start breaking out towards, where was it a couple weeks ago, months ago even? Let me pull the 4-hour up. Yeah, it was around $8. It was right around $7.50, $8. So that's where it could start to break out to. But we need to take out $6, and again, $6.30. And overall, we have to break out of the 180 SMA, which is right around $6.10. So that's a quick rundown on what I'm seeing right here. And let me show you some levels that we could go to if we start to break out of that 630 range, 6 to 630 range. We could go to $7, which was the high from the beginning of March. If that were to break, we're talking 730 could be next, which was the high. You can see right here from the middle of February. Let me zoom in and show you. That's one of the lower highs that we talked about. Then if that level were to break, we can start to make a move 825, maybe even higher, which you can see that was the high from the beginning of February. So those are a couple levels that we could go to, again, if we break 630. And by the way, guys, have you gotten up to 15 stocks yet for Moomoo? If you haven't done that already, use that link down below. Make sure to open up your account with Moomoo. You get 1 free share of stock if you do that. And if you deposit at least $100, you get 4 more stocks, totaling 5 free stocks. And listen to this, guys. If you deposit at least $1,000, you get another 10 stocks, totaling 15 free stocks. So again, if you want your free money, free stocks from Moomoo, use that link. And of course, it also helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And now let's talk about some numbers here and the upcoming earnings that are coming out in a couple of weeks here. Let me see. When are these coming out? I think early May, actually. Actually, the first day of May. Yeah, look at that. First day of May. So about 3 weeks from now, SoFi will be reporting earnings. So let me actually shift over here to, oops, not the right one. Let me do this. There we go, guys. So again, for the upcoming quarter, May 1st, when they're reporting, they're projected to do, let me zoom in here and show you guys this. Based on 10 analysts here on Yahoo Finance, you see it right here, they're looking to do EPS of -7 cents on average based on these analysts. The low estimate's -9 cents. The high estimate is -2 cents. And a year ago, they lost 14 cents. So either way, whether it's 7 cents, the average, right? 9 cents, which is the low, 2 cents, the high, either way, it's going to be better than the EPS a year ago, which again, they lost 14 cents. So that's good. They're going in the right direction. We want to see profitability out of SoFi, right? And coming down here from for revenue, look at this. Based on 9 analysts, $414 million, or 441 rather million, is the average. 430 is the low estimate. 466 is the high estimate. And a year ago, they did 321 million. So either way, whether it's the high, the low, the average, they're going to be growing very nicely. Look, 37.3% sales growth estimated from last year, 37.3%. That is really strong on SoFi. And obviously, they're a growth company. I mean, it should be in the 30 to 40 to 50% range, depending on the year. They're a growth company, guys. So keep your eyes on SoFi moving forward. And let's quickly take a look at their financials. Let's see how they've been growing revenue. Of course, like I said, they're a growth company. So they're growing revenue very nicely. 1.5 billion, more like 1.6 billion total revenue in the last trailing 12 months, right? You can see in 2021, they did roughly 980 million. In 2020, they did 560 million. And in 2019, 440 million. So they've really exploded over the last couple of years, no doubt about it. And let's see, what else can we look at on, let's see their net income. Let's come down a little bit. You guys can see they've lost money pretty much every single year, right? Not a surprise. We can see they lost, let me see if you guys can see this, right? They lost 320 million. You guys see that right there. 360 million. You guys see that. 520 million. 317 million. And yeah, again, they're trying to get the profitability. And honestly, guys, nobody knows when the heck that's going to happen. And coming over here to the balance sheet, let's take a look at this very quickly, guys. Total assets of $19 billion. You guys see that right here. Let's come down a little bit more. About $11 billion in invested capital. Net debt, $4 billion. Shares issued, shares outstanding, or ordinary shares rather. You guys can see shares have been going up, so they are diluting shareholders. Keep that in mind. Let me actually zoom in so you guys can see it. I just realized you can't see it. Look at this, 810 million shares, 810, 830. Huge jump to 930 million shares issued. So that's a big jump there. They're diluting shareholders, so keep that in mind, which makes sense. I mean, they're a growth company. They have to raise capital. It is what it is. I mean, it's you kind of expect that in a lot of cases, right? So let's see their current ratio quickly, guys, then we'll wrap up the video. By the way, if you find value in these videos, hit that like button and make sure to share it to somebody else that you think might find value in the video. I appreciate you guys as always. So right now they have total current assets. Let's see here. What's the total? Let's see. Total assets. So they have cash equivalents of, what is that? About $1.9 billion. You guys see that right up here, right? $1.9 billion. And let's see how much they have in total liabilities. Let me pull that up. Total debt, they have around $5.6 billion. You guys see that right here. And I just realized this is a bank, so it's a little bit different. Let me see here. Securities and investments available for sale securities. This is 1.9, again, 1.9 billion in cash, roughly 400 billion in securities and investments and long-term equity. So let's say, add that all up, they have around what, $2.5 million, I guess you can say, cash equivalents, and short-term investments, securities and investments, and so forth, right? So let's say $2.5 billion. We can see right here that's a lot more than their current debt. You guys can see right here of around $490 million. It took me a second to find that, guys, but I'm editing the video so you didn't even realize it. But $490 million is their current debt right now for the trailing 12 months. And again, pretty much in short-term investments, cash equivalents, they have $2.5 billion. So they're in a pretty good position from that standpoint. And again, we could go on and on about this. So with that being said, guys, we might as well wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel and my second channel, Stas Talks Money, which is linked down below. I'm doing a $100 giveaway once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to go subscribe on that channel. And don't forget to get up to 15 stocks from Moomoo and 12 stocks from Webull. Check out the Patreon as well if you guys want, link down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later.